שלום עליכם, מלאכי השרת, מלאכי...
Early Shabbat Shalom from Congregation Bet Tefillah here in Scottsdale, Arizona. So friends, you may have heard of this Jew walking in the street and he bumps into a very old friend. And this old friend says to him, "So Yanko, in one word please, can you tell me how are you?" Yanko responds in one word, "Good." His old friend says, "Oh, that's great, but maybe you can tell me how you're doing now in 2 words." Yanko says to him in 2 words, "Not good." So friends, I want to focus on just 2 words at the opening of this week's portion, in which we find Moses pleading to God to enter into the promised land. He says to God, "Yes, I know I was punished, but please look at my burning desire and allow me to fulfill my long life dream to enter this promised land." What is God's response? God's response to Moses is, "Rav lach al tosef daber elai od badavar hazeh." Moses, this dream that you have is too much for you. Rav lach. Do not speak to me about this matter anymore. The Midrash, sensitive to those 2 words, Rav lach, points out that these are the exact words that Moses used in a different context. What context? In the context of Korach and his rebellion. When Korach came to Moses many years before that, saying, "We all deserve to be priests. We all deserve the greatness that you've achieved." Moses says to Korach, "Rav lachem, it is too much for you, Korach, and your congregation, your peers. It's too much." Now, when Moses wants to fulfill his dream, God uses the exact same words to tell Moses, "Look, you a long time ago squashed someone's dream by using those words, Rav lachem. I will squash your dream to enter into the promised land by using those same 2 words, Rav lach." Why? To teach you, Moses, and to teach everyone in all generations that we dare not squash our or other people's dreams. Dreams are the engine to growth, are the engine to life itself. Dreams are what make us who we are. The greater we dream, the greater we become. The bigger the dream, the bigger we become. So never ever use those words, Rav lach. They should not belong in anyone's vocabulary. We dare not squash our or other people's dreams. Friends, how true. If you were to stop someone 50 years ago in the street and say to them, "What is your dream?" they would tell you, "My dream is the biggest that could be. I want to be the wealthiest person in the world, the greatest scientist and the greatest doctor in the world." Stop someone today in the street and ask them, "What is it that you dream of?" That person will tell you, "Well, my life dream is to have a suburban house, suburban car, a suburban spouse." Those dreams are compromised. But we fail to understand that when our dreams are compromised, our generation is compromised. When our dreams are low, we too are low. When the dreams are high, we too become very high. To quote Sigmund Freud, who said that sometimes when we aspire for an A+ in school, we may not achieve an A+ in a test in school, but we'll achieve an A, B+. But if we only aspire for a C, then that we won't even get. We might just get an F. That's the truth of life. The more we dream, the higher we dream, the higher we indeed become. Because yes, as mentioned, the dreams are the engine to our growth, the engine to our life. Friends, I remember very vividly how one day my dear mentor, Rabbi Allouche, walked into a high school class. I had the privilege of studying in his high school. And he said to us as follows, "Students, I don't want to waste too much of your time, but I only have one question for you. What is your biggest dream in life?" And then he said, "If you can answer this question, then I'll allow you to continue in my school. If not, we'll part ways amicably. You can pack your bags and go home. Because here in this school, I strive to create a generation of dreamers. Here in this school, I strive to create a generation of dreamers. His words reverberate in my mind, but I believe that his words are the words of the Jewish people's vocation in all of history, in all generations. Here in this nation, we strive to create a nation of dreamers, because we know that although we may have faced pain and suffering time and time again, we never stopped dreaming. We never stopped seeking to achieve more, to be more, to dream more, to aspire more. That is who we are in our very DNA, and that's who we ought to remain and to continue to be. Friends, the Talmud states that a person that does not have a dream in 7 days is considered to be to be cursed. Now, of course, scientists have proven that we all dream, but what the Talmud is really saying is that it's not speaking about night dreams. It's speaking about daydreams. How we dream about our next goal in life, about our next achievement, how we dream to grow even higher, to climb to that higher peak each and every day. A person that does not have such dreams is considered to be cursed, as the Talmud states. The opposite of that, of course, is that a person who does dream is considered to be blessed. Dream and you will be blessed. Do not dream and your life will be cursed. Friends, this week we commemorated the saddest day in the Jewish calendar, the day of Tisha B'Av, in which many tragedies occurred, including the destruction of both Jerusalem temples, first one in the year 586 BCE, the second one in the year 70 CE. But how do we respond to that destruction, to that sadness, to that tragedy? We respond with the words, this Shabbat, of Nachamu, Nachamu Ami, the opening words of the Haftarah. Comfort yourselves, my nation, God tells us. The Shabbat is also called Shabbat Nachamu, the Shabbat of consolation. But how do we find comfort after suffering so much? We find comfort in our dreams. As the Haftarah points out, and as the sages teach, that when we as a nation can dream individually, but also collectively as a nation, for better, bigger, and brighter days, for those ultimate days of Mashiach, of the redemption, then we bring comfort to ourselves and to our world. Friends, I therefore beg you and beg myself to form the highest dream possible for ourselves individually, and to continue to pray for the highest dream for our nation collectively, that dream in which we will usher in the ultimate and final redemption, welcome the Mashiach, and see this world finally redeemed. May it happen speedily. Amen ve'amen. Shabbat Shalom.
שלום עליכם מלאכי השרת, מלאכי